Hangout is live on the air. Hello, everybody. This is the Swissco Global. No, this is the Network Marketing Insider, number 219 on this Website Wisdom Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016. Wow. Just seems like yesterday. It was only February 3rd of 2013, doesn't it? The second year after the big comeback off the bottom. And I'm so sorry. You know, you guys know me. I cannot do two things at once. It's just physically impossible for me. My mind doesn't work that way. Whether you want to believe it or not, I believe your mind doesn't work that way either. But where are we at here? We're right here. Okay. No, we're not right there. That's not where we're at. Crazy. So, yeah, man. 2013. I mean, the bottom of the barrel after the crash hit on, pretty much the end of 2011. 2012 was the big spark. If you wanna really kind of see where the comeback actually took place, look at the housing market, and you'll see that at the end of 2011, that was the rock bottom pricing. That was the lowest of the low. It was the bottom of the bottom, and it started going up. And in 2012, it gained momentum rather quickly, and prices increased like anywhere from, on average, about 15% increase in pricing. That's huge. But there was some areas that increased even more than that, upwards of 30%, 35% even. I'm not sure what the Phoenix market is. I'm here in Phoenix. But yeah, it was a huge increase. And then in 2013, that carried on. And I think actually, in all actuality, I think we're looking at more like, in the 20 to 30% price increase range for 2012, and repeated again in 2013, even a little stronger, probably pretty much kind of 30% across the board. So, 15 to 30%, and, figure 20 to 30%. That's what, 35 to 60% bounce back from the bottom, the rock bottom of the bottom. That's almost back to the top, and that's almost where it ended up in just 2 years' time. And ever since then, since 2014, 2015, now we're going into 2016, the last 2 years, kind of just been slumping along. Everything, sort of status quo and back to normal, back to the way it was. And everybody's happy. Everything's back to the way it was. Prices are almost up to where they were before. Gas prices are down. Nobody's complaining that food prices are up 4 times from, you could go all the way back to 2000. I mean, you can go all the way back, but I mean, even in 2011, you could still get a dozen eggs for $1.99 a dozen. In the course of that 2 years, when everything bounced back, nobody really took notice that the price of food was doubling from where it was at the bottom right there. I mean, the price of food started going up after the crash, because you could get a dozen eggs for, I don't know, buck and a quarter in 2006, still at the height of everything. Even after the crash in 2008, 9, 10, it wasn't going up very much. Not until mid 2010, 2011, did things start to go up a little bit. But 2012 and 2013 is when that food prices skyrocketed. just like everything else was. But gasoline did. So, hey, gasoline's not going up. Everything must be good, right? I don't know. I'm just saying. 3 years ago, think about 3 years ago, February 2013, where were you? Where was your life at that point in time? How much different is it today than it was then? You're going to see that it was different. You're going to see that it's better now. But is it really better? Is it really that much better? Or does it just feel like it's that much better? Look at, like I talk about, look at how much money you were spending back then on something else, and look at how much money you're putting towards food now. Look at how much money you're earning at your job compared to what you were earning then. Look at how much inflation has gone up, which hasn't been too bad. That's the one sort of thing, except for the food. I mean, I don't know. maybe inflation has gone up. I really haven't looked at it, but it's the whole idea is that everything is shrinking over time when it comes to your finances. One way or another, from one angle, from one position, from one side, from one place, somehow or another, your cash in hand and the ability that cash has to buy things is shrinking. Year after year, month after month, day after day. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And that means that you have to work harder and harder and harder, longer and longer and longer, more and more and more, so that you can get more of it, so that you can just continue to live the same lifestyle that you're accustomed to living now. Where are we going to be 3 years from now? Who knows, right? Is there going to be another financial collapse? In 3 years' time, we're going to be getting close to it, I think. But will it have happened yet? A lot of people think so. Will it happen somewhere in the next, let's see, this is 2015, 8, 7, somewhere in the next 13 years. Will it happen? I guarantee it will, because it happens every 20 years. Look at history. History repeats itself, people. It doesn't change. It's not all of a sudden going to be different. And it's never going to go back to the way it was. It just doesn't. Nothing ever does. When has anything, throughout time, since the beginning of man, since Cro-Magnon man was schlepping around with a club in his hand, knocking his women out, dragging them to the cave, when has anything ever gone back to the way it was? Ever. Now, sometimes things do temporarily go back to the way they were, because the way things work is it goes like this. We're moving forward, and we start advancing ourselves out, and we get stretched out too far, and then what happens is we slingshot back. And sometimes when we slingshot back, we go all the way back to where we were. But in reality, we need to be here. And then we recuperate, and we get back to where we were, and then we start and that's how it always works. So when things go back to the way they were, it's a temporary situation. It's not going to be there for very long. And you have to look at the fact that we're continually moving and growing and moving forward. We're human beings. That's what we do. That's how we learn and grow. We're part of nature. If we're not growing, we're dying. So if we're not moving forward and changing and things are changing, we're dying. So anyway, all that work. Did you know that in today's world, if you look at how much time you spend sleeping and how much time you spend commuting and how much time you spend actually working and how much time you spend then afterwards running around doing all those things you've got to do just to live this life, that at the end of the day, you and most people have like 1, maybe 2 hours for yourself to do the kinds of things that you like to do. And in today's world, we spend so little time doing the things that we like to do. Most of us don't even know what we like to do anymore. Well, we found a way for you to own your life by starting a home-based business that is so simple that anyone can do it, and it doesn't involve any selling. And the best part is it doesn't take very much of your time because we know you don't have very much time. It's network marketing, guys. The world is changing. Why do you think Donald Trump is basing his platform on we have to bring manufacturing back to America? Manufacturing ain't ever coming back to America. It just isn't. Manufacturing is a tool for building third world countries. Until we become a third world country, which isn't set to happen for a while. Sorry, preppers, it ain't happening for a while. Until we become a third world country, manufacturing's not coming back here. Okay, third world countries, manufacturing can be done for a lot cheaper and a lot more. It ain't coming back. Okay, but 40 to 80-year-olds, who are the people that are going to put the most votes into the ballot box this year? What age group? Do you think it's going to be the 18 to 40s? No. They're not going to put the most ballots in the ballot box. Do you think it's going to be the 60 to 80s? Every one of them that can get to the ballot box will be putting a ballot in the ballot box. And then the 40 to 60s, that's the transitional side where a lot of them won't, but most still will. And the 40 to 80 group are the ones that are crying, let's just bring everything back to the way it used to be. Let's get everything back to normal. How do we get everything back to normal? We bring manufacturing back. We can't bring manufacturing back. If we bring manufacturing back, we're going to kill our country. Because we can't afford to manufacture things. It costs us too much money. You want too much money to work in that factory. Factory can't afford to run with you down there making the stuff because you want too much money. Because you need too much money to live in this country. It costs too much money here. So it just can't happen. But it's what you want to hear. Bring manufacturing back. Donald Trump's a billionaire, a brilliant man. He's going to bring manufacturing back to the country. Just what we want. He's the guy that's going to bring. He's the guy that's going to get everything back to the way it was. Get off that horse. We ain't going back to the way it was. We can't. So, with that, like I said, there are a plethora of new ways. And here's the thing: the 20 to 30s, they already got it figured out. They already know. There's no chance in hell that they can ever fall into the old way of thinking, the way that it was, the way it used to be. They already know right now, I can never fall into that old way of thinking, or I'm walking myself towards the guillotine. I'm entering the back end of the flock that's heading for the next shearing. They already know that. So they're not even looking. They don't even want to be part of the way it used to be, the way it was. They're already looking in other directions. So the 60 to 80s, they're not going back into the workforce. So, you can figure that, that's done with. So they're just out there right now. Hopefully we can educate them enough to start thinking in a different way, take some calculated risks that can help them hold on to and enjoy what they have left. Otherwise, they're the ones that we're pulling the money away from and distributing it back out to the other side. And we're not distributing it to the middle. It's not being distributed to us. It's not being distributed to the 40 to 60s, okay? It's bypassing us. The wealth of the 60 to 80, the baby boomer generations, is not coming back one generation to us. It's going back all the way to here, okay? We're the ones that are getting screwed. Yeah, and we're the ones that are going to be coining the phrase pre-retirement, as we talked about on a hangout before one day. Yeah, we're the ones that are going to be figuring out when there's no other choice that we have the option of basically living in the street or working till the day we die. But we can work less. We can go into pre-retirement. Trust me, you'll be starting to hear that term more and more and more. And it's going to be becoming applied to you and you and you more and more and more. If you don't wake up now and start thinking about something new, because we're the next group headed for the next fleecing. When the next crash comes, guess who's going to get hit the hardest? Well, the 60 to 80s that are still breathing, yeah, they're going to have nothing left because they're going to take everything that they got left, and it's going to go back to the millennials. And then everything that we have been building for that 40-year, term, that 40-year plan, everything that we were building for, that right now, hey, it's starting to look good again. We're starting to get that 9% annual increase, year over year increase. It's starting to look good again. We're sort of back on track. Everything's okay. We're getting back to the way it was till it's going to crash in your face again. And then what's going to happen? Then where you started here and your 9% got you here, well, you lose all that and you're right here as if you would have just been stuffing the money in your pillowcase. Big deal. I got nothing. You know what? Most people earn $1 million in a lifetime. They don't save it, okay? And if you don't get $1 million saved up before your retirement isn't going to happen. It's going to be pre-retirement. And you're going to be at a point now where you're going to be saying, okay, well, I do have a couple $100,000. Prices of everything are excruciatingly high. So with a couple $100,000, if I only use, $200 a month, let's just do the math on that. What is that? Let's see. $200,000 divided by 200 equals 1,000 divided by 12 equals 83 years. Okay, so if you only need $200 a month extra over and above what you're still working, you see where I'm going here? I kind of screwed that up, but the point is, you're going to have to figure out, okay, how many years do I have that I'm going to be walking on this planet? So I got to do the math here and figure out how many years I'm going to be walking around on the planet, so I can figure out how long this money's going to, how much of this money I can use every month, so that it'll last me until I croak. So let's just say you're 60. Let's just say you're 55. Okay, 55 is when you really start thinking about what you're going to do at 62. So let's just say you're 55, and you're going, okay, I figure I'm going to live another 40 years till I'm 95, because everybody's living longer. So that's 40 years, and I got 200,000. Oops. Divided by 40, it's $5,000. 200,000. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. 40 years. Okay, so that's $5,000 a year divided by 12, $416 a month. Are you going to live off of that? I don't think so. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. So that's where we get into network marketing, a home-based business. That's what the world's changing to. Entrepreneurialism is becoming the way, all right? And the reason why entrepreneurialism is becoming the way is because people are figuring out that they need to figure out a way to create passive income. They need to figure out a way that they can do something in their life that they can make money from today on a weekly basis, but over time they can build something that continues to pay them on a weekly basis, even though they're not really doing as much work. Does that make sense? You do a lot of work now and you're getting paid, but you're building this thing over here that eventually this can start paying you every month, and your work shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. I don't know, my hand things aren't real brilliant, but you get the idea. You want to work a lot now and have your work time shrink while your pay time grows. That makes sense? That's what network marketing can do for you. I invite you guys to take a look at the website, wealthhealth.swisscoglobal.com. I want to take a quick peek over there because I only have a minute or so left here. Let me hit a screen share. Here is what the website looks like. okay? Swiss Gold Global, that is the business that we're in. And what Swiss Gold Global is it is an opportunity for you to build real wealth, gain real knowledge, and start earning real income right now, today. This is the website. This is the homepage. There's not much here. You don't need a whole lot. There's more information up here in the drop downs, obviously. There's a lot of information up here in the drop downs, but the bottom line of what you need is right here. Find out about the real knowledge. Find out about the real wealth. Find out about the real income. These are pretty much an opportunity to watch the same videos again. They're short, less than 4-minute videos. And here is the main video. I invite you guys to take a look at this. I'm serious. It is something that has been put together the right way. Oh, whoops. How do I do that? Oh, okay. It's something that, it's a program that's been put together the right way to be able to build for you a future of passive income that you can actually retire on. The best part about it, like I said, it doesn't take much of your time. We invite you to cheat because the whole program is built upon you leaning on those above you and those below you leaning upon you, et cetera, and so on. So it is the perfect system. As Mr. Robert Kiyosaki said, network marketing is the perfect business. And I'll tell you, every business out there, everything is network marketing. Once you get inside here and you start learning about network marketing and you start thinking about your job that you have right now, how the structure is, how things work, you'll realize everything is network marketing, okay? Network marketing has just looked at business and said, you know what, if you boil a business down to its core, this is what it is. This is where it all happens. This is where the rubber meets the road, is right here in this little bullseye right here. Let's pull that out of the business, okay? Let's set that aside right over here. Let's put everything together that's needed for a person to hit this target time and time again. Let's put it all together right here for them. We give them access to all this stuff, and we teach them how to hit the target time and time again. That's how network marketing works. We took the core out of the business, where the rubber meets the road, put it in your hands to go out there and make money for yourself and for the company. Just that easy. Oh, universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom, with which to make better use of the riches given to me at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire. Everybody have a great day today. It's a great Wednesday. I'm finally on the 7th day of my flu here. I think it's going to be gone by 4 o'clock this afternoon, which is going to be exactly 7 days after it started. I think I'm going to be feeling righteous. So everybody, we'll see you back here on Freedom Friday.